कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकि कोकिलम्। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताया पतये नमः। जयत्याश्रितसन्त्रास ध्वान्तविध्वंसनोदयः प्रभावान् सीतया देव्या परमव्योमभास्करः परमव्योमभास्करः।
श्रीमते निगमान्त महादेशिकाय नमः। Rama, along with Sita and Lakshmana, entered the forest, Aranyam. Hence, this canto, this kandam is called Aranya Kandam. Aranya Shabdam is also helpful in determining that portion of the Vedas called Aranyakam. Very prominent amongst the Aranyakas is the Taittiriya Aranyaka, which forms a part of the Krishna Yajurveda. While he entered the forest and he saw the hermitages in front of him, Valmiki cites a verse. Kushachira parikshiptam brahmaya lakshmya samavritam yatha pradiptam durdarsham gagane surya mandalam. It looked like Surya Mandala. Why should Surya in the sky be compared with these hermitages in Rama? Here the commentator cites a particular mantra from the Ishavasya Upanishad. Hiranmayena patrena satyasya pihitam mukham tattvam pushannapavrunu satyadharmaya drishtaye is the verse from Ishavasya Upanishad. To which the commentator states, Satya Shabdaha atra Jiva Paraha. Satya Shabdam stands for Jivatma. Hiranmaya Shabdena Karmadhina Bhogya Varga Pradarshanam. That is when we attach the extra elements to the Jivatma, which is the karma that it has to encounter through the word Hiranya. So when Rama looks to the hermitage, it is, imagine the hermitage, you have to imagine the canvas in front of you. The hermitage has those hay above it, right? Straws above it. So when Rama looks at the hermitage, Rama represents Surya, the sun. And while he looks at it, gazes at it through his eye glances, those glances fall on the straws and they appear like the rays of the sun. So from him, that is falling into the straws which appear like the rays of the sun. Who is the beneficiary of Rama's grace? The Jivatma that stays within, which are the Rishis. So here the comparison is made with the Upanishad to give Paramatma Jivatma connection. That said, the Rishis come and they showcase their bodies first. In Valmiki Ramayanam, first they will say, Rama, look at our bodies. They were extremely malnutritioned, very weak. Only the bones were visible, it seems. Why? One, due to their lifestyle. And second thing, there was no peace of mind for these Rishis. Because Ravana, through his half brothers like Kara, Dushana, Trishiras and many such demons, had put one camp very close to this place called as Janasthanam. Janasthana is roughly that region around Nagpur today. So while they stayed there, the Rakshasas stayed there, they created huge obstacles to the Rishis, their austerities and their penance. So it was very tough for them to perform austerities. While none of the yagas could get completed, they were very depressed. So their body had become weak. So these Rishis came and showcased their bodies. Well, we can understand these Rishis have religiously adhered to Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga and Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga is also called Upasana. Bhakti Yoga is also called Sadhana. For that Upasana or Sadhana or Bhakti Yoga, Karma and Jnana are the Angas. They are essential components. So, if my hand is an Angam, there is an Angi that supports all these organs. So, Bhakti Yogam is the Angi, the vehicle. Karma and Jnana are the parts, they are the Angas. The Anga Angi Bhavam is something that we need to understand. So, here the Rishis were adherents to the Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. Yet, what was their situation? They were extremely depressed. Not because they were performing Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga or Bhakti Yoga, but they had come across these Rakshasas who were the impediments. It was very, very tough for them to perform such activities. In such a scenario, one of the poets cites a very beautiful verse in his Stotram. He says, see, these Rishis have been performing Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. They faced so many obstacles from the Rakshasas. They couldn't perform their austerities, penances peacefully. They had thereby lost their mental wealth, physical health. And they were showing all this to Rama. On the other hand, when Rama comes back to Ayodhya, he becomes Pattabhishikta Rama. Later, towards the end of his avataram, you must have all heard in Uttarakandam, Valmiki states. He says that Rama took all of them to Vaikuntham. So, whoever was fortunate enough to be at that point in time during Rama's time in Ayodhya, they were all taken to Vaikuntham. Even the plants were taken, is the statement. This is the reason for a huge amazement amongst the acharyas, because these plants, creepers, climbers, shrubs, herbs, grass, animals, both domestic and wild animals, human beings, men, women, children, not all of them adhere to Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga. They were not even aware of something called Jivatma, Paramatma, the Sambandham, the cause of moksham. Nothing they were aware, but they all received moksha. Why? This is an amazement to the poet. He says, see, ultimately we have to adhere to what is being told in the Shastras. If Krishna says in Gita, perform Bhakti Yoga Arjuna, we have to. If Krishna says do Sharanagati, we have to. But this reason that we are performing can be no compulsion on Paramatma to say, you are duty bound to give me moksham. We cannot question Paramatma like this. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it is his prerogative. When I say his, I am not talking about the gender male. It is Paramatma's prerogative whether to give moksham or not. Yes, that Paramatma is bound by the Shastras given. But at the same time, finally, the decision lies in his table. So, on one side, the Rishis who were performing Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga faced impediments from the Rakshasas. On the other side, people who were even unaware of the Jivatma Paramatma concept, its Sambandham, were all given moksha. I am not able to find any logic here at all, says the poet. Tvamamananti kavayaha karunamritabdhe jnana kriya bhajana labhyamalabhyamanyaihi yete shukena varadottara kosalasthaha Purvam Sudarvamiti Bhajantahi Jantavastvam. On the other hand, What is this which the Rishis wanted to do now to Rama? They performed Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. But what did they want to do to Rama now? Remember, Rama has been very clear. Atmanam Manusham Manye Ramam Dasharathatmajam. I am Dasharatha's son. My name is D. Ram. This is all he states. Now, here comes the shlokam of the Rishis Sharanagati. Devayam bhavata rakshya bhavad vishayavasinaha nagarastho vanastho va tvam no raja janeshwaraha. Devayam bhavata rakshya bhavad vishayavasinaha nagarastho vanastho va tvam no raja janeshwaraha. In the due course of understanding and deciphering and enjoying Srimad Ramayana of Valmiki, if you remember in different junctures, I spoke about the concept of Sharanagati. The Devas performed Sharanagati at the feet of Sriman Narayana at the commencement of Ramayana to get the demoniac forces eliminated. Shunakshepa had performed Sharanagati at the feet of the Rigvedic deities upon the guidance of his uncle Vishwamitra. We saw Dasharatha performing Sharanagati at the feet of Parashurama to escape, to keep Rama safe from the wrath of Vishwamitra. Later we saw the Sharanagati performed by Bharata to Rama and Sita, so that he can perform eternal service to them. Sabhratus charanaugadham nipidya raghunandanaha Sita muvachati shayam raghavam cha mahabharatam aham sarvam karishyami jagrataha swapataschate. Later, Bharata performed Sharanagati at the feet of Rama so that he can come back to Ayodhya. Rama granted that wish, but he said there will be a delay of 14 years. After 14 years, I will come. So, Sharanagati has been performed by the Devas, by Dasharatha, by Shunashepa, by Lakshmana, by Bharata. In that lineage, in that order, we have Sharanagati performed by the Rishis at the feet of Rama. That Sharanagati shlokam is this. So from Bhakti Yoga which they were performing, they have suddenly turned Prapannas, which is Sharanagatas. So the Rishis say, we are your citizens, Rama. We seek protection from you. Devayam bhavata rakshya bhavad vishayavasinaha. That time Rama told in return. He said, you could have protected yourself. See, for people who are bereft of strength, this is valid, where you seek protection from the other person. You could have protected yourself. You are all extremely adept in mantras. Some of you can even create astras. So if the demons have been troubling you, you could have just cursed them, troubled them, given them back in the same coin. Why didn't you protect yourself? Rishis say, Nyasya danda vayam rajan jita krodha jitendriyaha rakshaniyastaya tvaya shashvad. Rama, Nyasya danda. See, we are Rishis who have generally taken an oath, like how doctors take in before the medical association or council, that we will adhere to these rules. Similarly, we have taken an oath to not get angry and curse people. See, we have examples of Durvasa Maharshi, who was an exception. Otherwise, Rishis generally don't curse because they are the epitome of spiritual enlightenment. And if they keep cursing time and again, then they have no control over their emotions. So we are supposed to be Rishis of that highest order. And when we are engaged in austerities, if our mind is completely into fighting these demons, then one day we may become them using Brahmarakaitika Nyayam. So we are people who are dependent on Kshatriyas like you to protect us. So that is why we have not protected ourselves. Then Rama says, see, you are right. Agree, Rishis cannot curse, cannot fight. But you are asking for my help. I am in the forest. How can I protect you? If I was a king of Ayodhya, you could have come as a dutiful Kshatriya, I would have protected you. I am a normal person just like you all. I am living in the forest. What sense does it make for you all to seek asylum at my feet and then asking for me to protect you from the demons? Can you justify? Rama asked. The Rishis had to give an answer, right? What answer did they give? Next episode. Dear Astika reader, I am happy to be authoring a two-part book on the Ramayana in English. The first part is slated for release in the year 2024. The book aims to recreate and retell the Ramayana of Valmiki, conforming to the ancient commentaries and other allied literature. To receive notifications of the book release, kindly register with www.deshikadaya.org/books. Namaskaram.